let's talk about tier 5 here. Like, obviously Aaron Rodgers is, there is wide range of outcomes for Aaron Rodgers this year. If he's anywhere close to, 2020 or 2021 Aaron Rodgers, where he won the MVP in his last 2 full seasons with Nathaniel Hackett, then party on, right? This is a much improved offensive line. Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Breece Hall out of the backfield, kind of like Tyler Conklin. They'll have a package of plays from Malachi Corley. Right. Like, this is, there's stuff here. Alan Lazard will be on the,
he'll be out there blocking. He'll be out there blocking.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I was going to say he'd be on the sideline holding the clipboard. But either way, the fact is that Rodgers staying healthy and playing within a system, not having to do it all by himself, could easily put up decent numbers. Yeah. Especially because, as we've talked about, sort of ego, and, Aaron's a guy that has one. He's heard all the, last 2 years haven't been great. Like, again, they get into the 5-yard line. Does he check out of a run to Breece Hall and says, I'm gonna throw a jump ball to Mike Williams. You know what I mean? Like, or hey, Garrett Wilson, just do a quick slant. I'm gonna jam you once. I'm gonna get 5 to 7 cheap touchdown passes that way.
Does he stat pad this year?
Yeah, does he stat pad?
I actually would bet. Like, I think the Jets' offense is so fixated on Breece Hall in the run game that his upside feels low at times. But I think the stat padding makes him fantasy relevant. I truly do.
Yep. Matthew said he gets nervous about tier 5. Now, that doesn't mean a great deal because Matthew gets nervous very, very easily. But I am fine with a lot of these guys. Geno Smith in this new offense with those 3 receivers. I think he is going to be fine with an improved offensive line. I think that Will Levis with Brian Callahan, an improved offensive line there as well, and a couple of really strong fantasy targets.
I really think Will Levis is interesting for sure.
Will Levis on DraftKings is 20-1 to throw for 4,500 yards. To me, there is a lot of upside with Will Levis. So not all these guys, but I think Levis, Smith, Rodgers, if you come out and they're your QB2 in Superflex, I think you're doing very well.
But yeah, go ahead, keep going.
No, I was just going to say, I was going to throw it to Connor on Sam Darnold, who I think is one of the stranger quarterbacks, given that, he plays for, we think, a very good offensive play caller, coach in Kevin O'Connell. He throws to Justin Jefferson, who might be the best wide receiver in the league, and he plays in a dome. Like, it is set up where it wouldn't be shocking if Darnold was a top 15 quarterback if he stays healthy.
No, he feels like a guy that could just give you 2 touchdowns through the air a week, and Darnold is somebody that will pick up free first down. So it's like the Jordan Love rushing. Hey, I got 2 or 3 extra points from him on the ground. When Hawkinson's back, I think that's where we could see the best version of Darnold.
In this offense, Kirk Cousins was a top 6 fantasy quarterback on a point-per-game basis.
Right.
And so, yes, Cousins is obviously better than Sam Darnold, but, the system is still the same. The philosophy is still the same. And so if he can stay upright, you can get there. Real quickly, again, if you're in a deeper league, these guys all get drafted tonight, and I think they're interesting, right? I do think Bo Nix in a Sean Payton offense, who also likes to stat pad and wants to prove everyone wrong. I think Bo Nix is sort of interesting. Bryce Young. Again, Dave Canales. No one, a year ago, Baker Mayfield was in this tier, and Baker Mayfield was a top 15-ish quarterback for fantasy, right? 2 years ago, Geno Smith was in this tier where it was just like no one's drafting Geno Smith. Dave Canales comes in and Geno was a top 10 fantasy quarterback. So I do think there's some, it's not outside the realm of possibility that Bryce Young is fantasy relevant this year, given the weapons they've added and the coach of, Dave Canales. And very quickly, last thing here, Daniel Jones is 2 years removed from being a top 12 fantasy quarterback. Who'll see about the ACL, but he adds Malik Neighbors. If he brings back the rushing, Daniel Jones could be useful in fantasy.
Yep.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.